In this week's tick list, we cover the 4th ascent of Lexicon and a new Font 8C at Biblins Cave. Mat Wright has made the 4th ascent of Neil Gresham's Lexicon E11 7A at Pavey Ark. The route shares the start of Impact Day, an E8 6C, up to the break, before going up the overhanging headwall on small crimps and marginal footholds. In April 2022, Matt made the 5th ascent of Ashermeen, Dave McLeod's route at Dumbarton Rock. It was his first E9. He certainly jumped in at the deep end because just over a month later he found himself at the bottom of Lexicon. Matt's no stranger to hard sport climbing and hard bouldering, having climbed up to 9A and Font 8C. However, his transition to the complexities of trad climbing has been impressive. He told UKC, "From first hearing of Lexicon through the legend Neil Gresham, I wanted to climb it. Suiting my strengths but also pushing hard at the walls around my comfort zone. A perfect exam of mental strength, commitment and physical ability. It would be the logical progression for my trad climbing." Matt spent roughly 6 sessions on the climb this year, but had been thinking of the route since he started trad climbing a few months ago. "I knew I had the physical capabilities for Lexicon, but my mental game needed some work, so hard solos and dangerous routes have been prioritised. I set off on this journey all too aware that a fall from the crux could result in decking out from 30 metres. Not something I wanted to test. Fortunately, I didn't have to. Nerve endings on fire, fear eating away at every muscle, I pulled over the top. An experience I'll remember the rest of my life, and one that feels so natural." Despite being a newcomer to trad climbing, although having just climbed one of the hardest routes in the country, Matt was able to offer some thoughts on the grade. "Regarding the difficulty, I completely agree with Neil's suggested grade of E11 7A. The climbing was incredibly hard and insecure. Due to its minimalistic nature, the feet can pop at any moment, particularly on the final moves where you really cannot fall. Steve tested this fall, but both Neil and I believe that Steve was incredibly lucky not to be injured. Even though the gear is good in the break, you cannot be certain that it won't rip from the force of an 80-foot fall, shock loading the system. I really did not want to test this." Matt now plans to enjoy a summer of adventure before trying Dave McLeod's Rhapsody E11 7A at Dumbarton Rock in the autumn. 20-year-old Sam Blackwell has made the first ascent. Oh, hang on, hold on there 1 sec. Breaking news, this just in. Robbie Phillips and Alex Moore have repeated Dave McLeod's The Long Hope E10 7A on the island of Hoy. This impressive route features a 65-metre pitch of 8B trad climbing. What's perhaps most impressive is that Alex is mainly known as a boulderer. We'll bring you more news on this when we get it. Back to our usual programming. 20-year-old Sam Blackwell has made the first ascent of a Font 8C in Biblins Cave in Gloucestershire. The problem, which he named World at War, links an 8B called WADzilla Sit into an 8B Plus Spaceship. In 2018, James Squire climbed the main line at Biblins Cave, which also starts up Spaceship but finishes at WADzilla Font 8B. The problem is called The World Is Yours and also gets a grade of Font 8C. Sam's new problem starts down and left of James's main line. Sam told UKC, "The problem is incredible, it flows really well. It breaks down into a 7C plus, into an 8B, and then a 7C plus with a very droppable match at the end. The 8B crux is 4 moves that are quite powerful and tensiony but also quite techy, requiring lots of flexibility as the way I do it you end up with a heel toe cam right next to your head." Tell us in the comments below what you think about Lexicon being one of Matt's first trad climbs, and what do you think about the grade? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more news and gear each week.